Yeah. You're watching this. It's probably because I put it on YouTube. But yeah, let's just get into it, I guess. So, this is a strat that we've been talking about in SAR for the last day or so. It's basically an alternative to either normal pirate versus insomniac. And I think that this seed that 2bags got 1 or 2 days ago shows it off pretty well. So basically, in Insomniac, the premise is that you want to get like a shipwreck spawn. I mean, godly shipwreck would be like, you know, you get all your emeralds there. But let's just say you get a shipwreck with iron and a decent amount of emeralds. And then you want to head straight for a nearby monument, and then hopefully get a village also very close by. It's all pointless seed. So there's a couple problems with that. First problem is that is mainly proximity. Obviously, if we're talking about a world record seed, you'll have close proximity, but a lot of the time, I haven't ran Insomniac myself, but I'm just saying from, you know, watching like Orb and other runners. A lot of the time, what up, Zash? A lot of the time you get bad proximity. So let's say I spawn here, and I'm doing Insomniac. If I'm doing Insomniac, I would probably head all the way out here, get this iron, and then get a monument. And in this case, our monument is like 1,000 or so blocks out from our spawn. So if this were Insomniac, it'd take like 3 minutes to get here, and then 3 minutes to get back. Probably more like 2 minutes, but it'd take a lot of time. And then by the time we got back, I'd probably miss the 7:30 cutoff, right? So double trading strats aren't intended to replace Insomnia per se, unless you wanted them to, but I think it's mainly an alternative. What up, everyone in chat? So, okay, so I spawned here, right? So double trading means I go straight for this, I grab the ring stand, like you would do in any 1.14 run. Get your beds, and then I think front loading emeralds with hay is a good idea. If it's right here. With double trading, you need at least 10 emeralds, preferably before nether. So I would just front load 10 emeralds, which is what, like 23 hay, something like that, which won't take that long. Versus Insomniac, where I would, yeah, there's a suit that 2x had. Versus Insomniac, where I would have to get much more hay, closer to like 40 something. Which honestly isn't a crazy amount, which it's like not even that much more. Oh, it's not. It'd be closer to 50. I'm stupid. Maybe even 60. It's not like a crazy high amount, but this strat allows you to play more seeds. So basically, we would go here, we would get like 23-ish hay, we would trade with the guy, and we take our hostage. So double trading is a tentative name. I think it's more like educated hostage, because you get to know where you're going. So now we go for shipwrecks, right? I don't village first is double double, one first is double double, or fast enough Insomnia. Yeah, pretty much. But most people already know Insomniac, so I'm just explaining these strats. So we take our villager. By the time we get 10 emeralds on our villager from the starting village, which should normally be the play, we're pretty much set to go. What up, ice cream? But if there's any convenient shipwrecks like this one, I don't see why you wouldn't go for it. I think front loading more than 10 emeralds isn't a bad idea, but you know, if you're going for world record time, I might rather just rely on RNG to get 16 emeralds elsewhere. So let me lower my render. So looking at this village again, we got a bunch of hay bales in like decent enough proximity. But if you really are set on front loading emeralds and there's like a hay patch all the way over here, I don't think that's worth it at this point. So anyway, we get our villager, we get 10 emeralds preferably from the village. I think going for an early shipwreck is worth it, because you could get free iron, like in this case. Yeah, because you need an iron pick and a bucket. Did not hear that. And at this point we want to get a monument and lava as quickly as we can. Go for this too. So far, it's still like insomniac where we need decent proximity, but the difference is that we can play a village spawn. That's the main difference. With this monument being miles away and still get like a sub 20, as long as everything else works out. So we go for this monument, and the convenient thing actually is that you can you don't have to dock the villager to trade. So let me show off the trading route. So let's say we already got that monument, and we already have our emeralds, again from the village, most likely. Friend. Okay. Here's our friend. And first off, you want to trade this. And we don't need any restock. So what I would do is I would break this as quickly as possible after you lock him in as a cleric. Because otherwise, if it restocks again, then you're kind of in trouble. Because the prices will inflate and you won't get a discount, a pickaxe. So first, you trade your 10 emeralds. Then you shift-clicked 1 gold trade, which is 24, which will net you 12 more emeralds. Then after that, if we were doing insomniac, we would wait for a restock and trade more gold. I am in 1.14 star. But the problem with that is that it's after the first restock on first day trading, this guy will go up to 3 gold for 1 emerald and lose the discount. So overall, you save 8 emeralds doing the strategy, which is not killer, but I think it's worth it. Also note that you have to be in 1.14 to save your emeralds. If you're doing 1.15, then I don't think the strat is that good anymore because you won't save any emeralds. Anyway, after that you trade 4 lapis, and then we'll level them up all the way to expert. And at this point, if you get 1/3, it's just a reset. But if we don't get 1/3, we can use the rest of our emeralds to buy 2 pearls. And remember that I didn't need to dock here. One tiny little time save I had was, let's pretend we're back at the village and this guy doesn't have a job yet. You put down your brewing stand and then turn him into a cleric and then break your brewing stand. So that way you don't need to, like, once you get your monument gold, you don't need to dock again to turn him into a cleric. So yeah, so my idea is for this, it's just a small time save. You don't need a dock, but you turn him into a cleric at the village, and then once you get your monument gold, you can just trade in the water because you don't need a restock. So this is the first day of double trading, right? So we get 2 pearls and we have everything we need for the second day except 16 more emeralds, which is actually quite a lot, unfortunately. But compared to normal second day trading where you don't double trade at all, we're losing 1 pearl because we bought lapis, and then versus insomniac, we're gaining 2 pearls over insomniac. So what I would do is we would trade 1 gold trade, right, and then I'd have 48 gold left, and the guy would already be leveled up. And then on the second day, we trade the rest of our 48 gold for 24 emeralds, which will get us 6 pearls. And then we already have 2 pearls, so that's 8 pearls, and then we need to get 16 emeralds for the rest of our pearls. So, yeah, so to recap, village spawn, 10 emeralds, brewing stand, hostage, go out here, probably get a shipwreck for iron, get a monument, trade for 2 pearls. So that's what we've done so far. So some problems with this is that, first of all, you need more RNG than normal pirate. Like, you need a hostage, and you also need your 10 emeralds. Like, you can get your 10 emeralds post nether in normal strats, but with these strats, it'd be much better to have them pre nether. So yeah. And then versus insomniac, sometimes getting your villager in a boat can be a hassle. Also, if you have bad travel, your ocean might just end. Whereas in insomniac, you could like get a small ocean and get all your stuff, but just like travel over land when you're actually locating the stronghold. But I think in that case, your run's pretty dead anyway, if you don't have ocean travel. So at this point, we look for lava ASAP, or magma, and recap. We have everything we need for the second day except 16 more emeralds, and we have 2 pearls. So at this point, we go nether. I think theoretically you could be here about, on a good seed, like 5 minutes. I don't know how reasonable that is. Again, no one's really tested this strat out sensibly yet, so. At this point, we go nether. You're definitely faster than insomniac though in almost all cases, because you won't have to had, excuse me, basically emeralds, yeah. Yep. Because you'll need 10 versus 34. But obviously you won't have traded all your pearls yet, which is a downside, but I think, saving the 8 emeralds is a big factor. And you don't have to really meet any cutoffs. In a god run, you will probably end up meeting those cutoffs anyway for insomniac. But I think being rate limited by 730 is kind of, it just gives you less options. At this point, we go nether. We get our rods wherever the spawner is. And you obviously only need 6 because we already got the brimstone. But if you're more of a casual player and you're just looking for completion, there's no harm in getting 7. Because you can, unlike insomniac, you can get more than 12 pearls. Although if you're a casual player, I wouldn't do the shred anyway. I would just do like normal hostage or something. Okay, so now we're out of the nether. On a good run, I think 9-10 minutes is pretty reasonable. Maybe like 8 to 10 minutes. Again, I don't know much of the timings, but yeah, trading over 2 days. So at this point, we're out of the nether. We have our blaze rods. So what you want to do is you take your 2 pearls and you craft 2 eyes, and you throw it. And then you also want to sleep as soon as you get the nether, if you can, obviously. So now we've slept, probably, and so the difference in this strat versus just normal hostage is, 1, we're going directly towards the stronghold, which is a big time save, because theoretically, if I'm like Bonobo Brain, I might go this way, but the stronghold might actually be that way, right? And that's just RNG. So that's unfortunate. And then also, there's a 1 minute and 40-second cooldown after you sleep before you can trade. So in a god run, if you already have all your emeralds, then you would just be doing nothing. Which is basically what T-Wags did when he initially ran this seed. He was just sitting there for 1 minute 40. Like, he's a good runner, so like, he looked for things to do. But in the end, you're still kind of just waiting for the dude to be able to restock. So we go this way. Here's where RNG comes in. You need to get lucky on like another monument or shipwrecks, which is unfortunate. But I think it's still less RNG than meeting the cutoff of Insomniac. Again, I'm not trying to replace Insomniac, I just think that this is a viable strat that can still record. But that is unfortunate, because you do need to find shipwrecks along the way. Versus Insomniac, where you have more villagers, you can do other trades. You can kill Nether Enderman, but that's really unreliable. I don't think I've gotten a single hostage run where I've had a Nether Enderman before. Maybe 1. So at this point, this stronghold is far out. But let's say our stronghold is like 1k, right? So reasonably, we could probably be like at this location where the stronghold could be, at 12:12, which is when you can start trading if you sleep at 10:27. And we would get emeralds along the way if we don't already have them. So we're here. We've gotten 16 more emeralds than the 10 we got from the village. Again, if you want to be safe, you can front load 26 emeralds at the village. But I think it's more efficient to just get lucky with shipwrecks. I mean, that's basically how it works in any strat. So we've slept, we spent our minute 40 traveling directly to the stronghold instead of relying on RNG. And hopefully we should arrive on top of the stronghold, ocean exposed, at minimum trading time. Right? Because if we go back to my record, I was trading around like, I finished trading around 14. I think I was about 30 seconds behind in RTA versus IGT. So it's more like 13 and a half, but you can still finish trading at least half a minute quicker, faster than that. Probably even faster, because with this strat, you only need 2 restocks. Well, I guess you only need 2 restocks in normal pirate, but the problem is that a lot of the time, you have to like level up the guy and it might restock while you're leveling it up, and that's just a waste of a restock. But not a big deal. Slightly more efficient leveling up than normal pirate. I guess it might be a time loss because you have to enter the GUI multiple times, but anyway, I digress. And the theoretical hope is that because we got the eye we traded from first day, we can go on top of the stronghold at optimal trading time, and then trade our second day gold, which is the more efficient use of gold, an insomniac, and then we can enter the stronghold at around 13 minutes. What's the issue, Stormcrow? I'm gonna make a vid. I'm probably just gonna upload this VOD. There's a pretty low chance stronghold will be exposed if there's enough land for village to generate. You're not wrong, but the thing is, if it's world record, 1, you have to get lucky anyway, and 2, you can like triangulate instead of because the problem is with normal hostage, a lot of the times you get your emeralds and then you sleep, but you already have your emeralds, so you literally have nothing to do except pray you're going towards the stronghold. So you could also triangulate. Sometimes you might just hit land and then you're kind of stuck, but like, I don't know, not much you can do about it. There are problems, but I think in the end, for record, this will be more reliable because you'll be going towards the stronghold. So yeah, that's pretty much the strat. I ran T-Wag Seed using this. T-Wag Seed is a good example of like the spawn being used for the strat, but not exactly the whole idea because, well, I guess kind of. His stronghold was like, if you just go positive, like why wouldn't you? Because you already spawned your positive, you would probably hit this by chance, but it's more reliable anyways, because like I could be boating over here and then I have to see this and go all the way over here. Obviously Nether Endermen are preferable, but too unreliable. And another big problem is that you can't use any dolphins, which is very unfortunate, but I don't think there's a real solution to that. It's just kind of one of the drawbacks you have to take. But, you know, in a good enough seed it won't matter, but it is a drawback. I do think Insomniac still has easy record potential and is definitely faster than this strat, but I think that double trading will get you better runs more consistently. because you don't have to really meet any trading like time constraints. So again, in the actual run where I ran this, I entered around like 16, 15 minutes. Where in a real run, without the eye throw, I might be all the way over here when I trade, and then I throw an eye, and then I have to go all over here. So yeah, that's basically the whole strat idea. Yeah, again, there are a lot of drawbacks, but you know, there's drawbacks with every good strat. It's just, you know, it's just how it is. I think if you're so practically, what you should be resetting for is either this or insomniac. If you get a village spawn, I would definitely do the strat if you don't see a monument anywhere close. But if you get like 34 emeralds right there, then insomniac wouldn't be the worst idea. It's all about proximity. So yeah, that's pretty much the idea. So chat, should we run back the seed and I can show the strat and practicality? Or should we do 1.16? I mean, I haven't ran insomniac myself, so I don't know how annoying the 730 limit is, but if you're going for sub 30, do you reset for this? No. If you're going for sub 30, you might as well play classic. Bum tickler. So again, with the actual trading, you'll want 10 emeralds from the village. You'll want your 8 gold blocks from your monument. Oops. And then you'll want more emeralds. 16 more from shipwrecks. Probably after you leave Nether on the way to the stronghold. And then the actual trading route is, let's get a friend here. Actual trading itself is, so this is, we're pretend this is first day. Thanks, guy. Okay, so this is first day. We trade our redstone. We immediately break this. Goodbye. And then we trade 1 gold trade. 4 lapis. And, okay. Well, if you get 1/3, tough luck, but we would have, we wouldn't have 16 emeralds beforehand, most likely. If you're just going for completion with this strat, then, I mean, yeah, just get all your emeralds from the village, but good RNG expenditure. So yeah, we would buy 2 pearls, go Nether, triangulate, grab emeralds on the way. Yeah. I mean, there's not many 1.14 runners anymore, but I think this is it's like hostage, but slightly more consistent and more potential to record than normal hostage. Yeah, I would say it's closer to just normal hostage versus actual insomniac. Yeah, let's pair with the strat.